Good morning everybody, this is Ronnie at the Yard Adventure Centre. I hope everybody's doing well, and I really just wanted to tap into one of the activities that I really enjoy here at the yard. I also wanted to make a little video of it just to give you some ideas for things that you can maybe be doing through lockdown and just out with lockdown as well, that are fun, that are creative, and you know, have a really good end product as well, I believe anyway, you know, and that is to make your very own yard piñata. Now, for those of you who have been at the yard, you'll know that we have piñatas. We have them at Christmas, we have them at Halloween, we sometimes have them at Easter, we have them at the summer fair, and we've had a few great occasions with piñatas here at the yard. We usually have them towards the end of our Christmas parties or summer fairs, and they're filled with delicious sweets, you know, usually quality sweets, because we try to get the best ones we can for the children, and you know, the children love them. You know, it brings everybody together, you know, everybody's cheering, you know, I love the atmosphere around them, and everybody gets a nice sweet at the end. So I'm going to talk you through how to make your very own piñata here in the yard art room, you know. And for stage one, I'm just going to talk you through some of the materials you might need. So we're making them out of cardboard, so having a good old cardboard box, you know, something you maybe get delivered from Amazon, you know, you can reuse the box. So you're going to need a good cardboard box, and then when you get that cardboard box, we really want to, and you will need probably an adult to help you with this activity, depending on age groups and stuff, but at the same time it's nice to work with your family on piñatas, because everybody can be part of using the piñata when it's ready and stuff as well. So you know, as I say, you know, it's nice to work with other people on craft. We need some PVA glue. We've got some PVA glue here. We've got some really good masking tape, black tape, silver tape. We've got some newspaper here. We've got some newspaper. I've got a little tray with a paintbrush for my PVA glue. We're using a nice big art room table here in the yard, and you know, on that table, if you're doing it at home or you're doing it in the garden, if you've got a table, then please put a protective covering over your table before you start, because it can be quite a messy activity. It's a fun activity, but just so as we're not you know, ruining anything in the house or that, it's quite good to put a protective covering down. Now, you know, one thing I do have as well for the piñatas, and I'm going to tell you about the ones that I've got here today, but it's to have a picture of the piñata that you're looking for. Now, the ones that I've got here, I've got one I'm working on. This is in early stages, is an icicle pinata. So this is an icicle pinata, and I've got a little drawing of that I got before we started. So as you can see, this is the picture of the icicles. Now this is for a child here at the yard. I'm making these piñatas for. One of them is over here. I'm going to show you that as well. So this is so I've got pictures for all the piñatas I've got here today. I've got two piñatas here that are probably a wee bit further on than the first one. But once you've got all your materials, the basics of the first stage is to transfer the drawing of your piñata onto one of your cardboard box pieces. Now you want to use one of the big sides of the cardboard box, because you want a front and a back for your piñata. So I'm going to show you. This is the back for the piñata that we've got here. You know, you'll see, you know, the two examples of that here. This is the front and this is the back. So you want to transfer the drawing of your piñata idea onto the cardboard. Now you can just do that on the flat table. You want to draw it in. You want to make it quite big. As you can see, you know, sometimes we make them bigger than others, but you want to make it a good size, 1.5 feet, 2 foot wide, you know, is a good size, depending on what space you've got at home, whether it's inside or outside. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, you know, it's really down to your individual choice. So once you've got that drawn onto your cardboard, what you want to do is, you know, and you will need some help with this one, is you need to cut that out. So what I don't have here that we do need to have though, but because I'm at a certain stage with these piñatas, I no longer need them at the moment. and that has a nice pair of scissors. So you want to cut out your shapes, and then you end up with, you know, as you can see, your shapes here. Now I'm going to bring it a wee bit closer, just so you can see exactly what I mean here. So this is an example of the transfer drawing from the paper to the cardboard, and then we just cut that out. So once we've got that part of the process done, we can start the piñata. Now over here, I'll talk about these ones a little bit later, but I'm focusing on the first stage at the moment. What you then want to do is, using now these parts of the boxes are the flaps at the top that we use to close the box. So when you cut all of these off, the idea for using these is they're all the same size and width, right? They're all the same size and width. And you can get multiple pieces from your box. Now these parts are the parts that we're going to use to put in between the front and the back. Now I'll bring this round so you can see it a little bit closer. So as you can see, we're using these pieces just to attach to the inside of your design, okay? So I'm going to do a little bit of that at the moment. Obviously, I've attached quite a few pieces to this Icicle Pinata we've got at the moment, but I'm going to do some of that just to show you. Now, another good idea before you attach your cardboard joining segments is to maybe roll it up a little bit. Okay? So you roll it up, and the reason for that is it's easier to use. Okay? And then it's quite easy to just to put in position. Now, it's always good to start from a straight edge. Now with the Icicle Pinata, I started along the top because it was a nice straight edge. So you find a straight edge to start on. Most designs have a straight edge. And then we just, using the tape, now this is really good sticky tape, because this tape is better for using the normal sticky tape, because normal sticky tape wouldn't be secure enough. So we've got some really good builder's yard tape here, you know. This might be something you might have to buy in, you might not have it at home, but most like B&Q garden centres have this type of tape. You'll probably even get it at Asda and stuff as well. Once you get part of your joining segments in, you'll be able to stand it up. It will, obviously, as you can see, it's freestanding now, so it's easier to add the tape at certain points, so you're just moving it around. I really quite enjoy doing craft at the yard. I actually find it really relaxing, and I love being creative. And the yard is all about, one of the core things we do at the yard is to be creative. As you can see, we're really getting towards the latter stages of this one now. Well, the latter stages of getting the joining segment onto your front piece, you know. Because once we do that, the second part will be just to put your second piece on the top, as you can see here. There we are. They start to take shape, and then we just go around the edges again using the tape. Ultimately end up with is this part. We're getting halfway through the process of building your very own piñata now. I'm just going to quickly show you, you know, this is, I wonder if you can guess, you know, it's the star of a really famous children's movie that was out recently. This is going to be Sonic. It's going to be Sonic the Hedgehog we've got here. And then this one here is going to be Elsa from Frozen. This one's going to be Elsa. So as you can see, you can be quite imaginative with your ideas. And as you can see with Sonic here, this one's got the front and the back on it now. It's got the tape right around the edges, and it's really quite secure. It's in a good shape. And then we're going to get ready for the next part of that. I've already started that here with Elsa. I'm just going to move these to the side a little bit. I'm just going to briefly talk about that before we finish up. So with Elsa here, what we've done is we've started to put the newspaper on Elsa. So obviously you're going to need your glue here, and I've got a brush. And basically, obviously, you just want to cover Elsa in newspaper. So for a really good sturdy piñata, we're looking at 2 newspaper coverings over the whole piñata. And particularly make sure that when you're putting your newspaper over, that you get a good bit on the bottom of the piñata, because that's where the heavier part's going to be once it's filled with all the lovely sweeties you put in them. So I'm going to carry on and continue putting the newspaper on Elsa, and I'm going to say goodbye just now, and I'll look forward to sharing with you the next part of the piñata making process, and hopefully you'll come back to join me with that one. So yeah, I hope everybody's well, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you. Goodbye.